going on, Samurai Jack fans? And I am absolutely loving Season 5, as I'm sure you guys are as well. Now, a few things I want to go over. The last episode, which was episode 6, had a load of amazing cameos and like little Easter eggs and stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to talk about that. And I kind of want to talk about a few other things going on in the Samurai Jack world because sadly, it's coming to an end. There's only 4 episodes left, and then it's done forever. As much as I am so stoked, I'm still very sad that they only got 4 more episodes, but I don't care about that. I'm just too hyped right now about how great this series is good, how great Grindy Kartovsky has done with this reboot, reimagining, or if you will, just kind of bringing it back. It's such a great job on it. I love everything about it, the new characters, the new direction they've taken them, and just so many new amazing things. And like I said, the cameos in this episode were amazing. Now, we've previously seen, and I think it was episode 4, maybe 5, I believe it was 4, we did get to see the Scotsman make a return. That was very popular. He's a very popular character in the series, and we did see him as an older man, but then he comes back in the ghost form. So that was cool to see that cameo. Of course, he's one of the most popular characters from the original run of the show, but in this episode specifically, they went over like 7 or 8 different people or tribes or groups of people that Samurai Jack had helped throughout the original 4 seasons, and that's so cool. Now, I kind of want to go over them real quickly. Now, I know most of them are pretty obvious, but some of you who may not have gone back and seen the original seasons or just haven't seen them in quite some time may not remember all of these episodes. So I'll go in detail a little bit more, telling you guys what episode they're in specifically and kind of a little bit of a back history on them. Starting it out is the Woolies. Now, the Woolies were from Season 1. Episode is entitled Jack and the Woolies. Now, this is a great episode, an all-time classic. One of my favorites. Season 1 was probably my favorite season, other than 5, because 5 is turning out to be super bitchin', as I've already explained to you guys. But if you guys remember this episode, the Woolies were enslaved by these little blue, like, weird-looking guys that talk like this. They kind of had those, like, electrical things, and Jack came and freed them. And that is why they're in this episode. Super cool. They were there in that episode, and they're in this episode as well. So that's the very first one. Then later on in this same episode, we see the Archers race. I'm not sure exactly what they're called. I think it might just be called Archers. Probably is on the Wikipedia. Someone was like, well, they're technically called. Well, that's great. I just called them the Archers. That's what I remember them as. But they are from Season 1, Episode I believe 3. It's called 3 Blind Archers. I could be wrong on the number of the episode. Don't quote me on that, but it's from Season 1. It's called 3 Blind Archers. Another really bitchin' episode. I like that one a lot. They're kind of like, they're like these archers, but they're like, Aku has them under a spell, and they're protecting this tower. Super cool. And they talk about it in the most recent episode. They give a brief back history of these. They kind of explain to Ashi how Samurai Jack helped them and how they're in great debt to him, and how, you know, basically further explaining it to her that Samurai Jack is good and Aku is evil, kind of, you know, separating those two right there for her. And she starts to really, really realize, oh man, this is, my whole life has been wrong. And then we see, of course, her scrub the black Aku off her, which we'll get to in a minute, because that is fucking rad that she's been technically naked the whole season. But we'll get that in just a minute. The next up we have was the Ravers, which was a freaking awesome episode from Season 3 called Jack and the Rave. And in this, there were kids in that episode. Now they're kind of older and adults, so that's kind of cool to see. It had been like 50-something years like that. So it's kind of cool to see them still raving, doing their dances and stuff. And they had this super, super cool and awesome song, like the samurai song. It was like a rave, and it was techno. And Ashi started dancing to it at that point. It was really cool. And I really, really enjoyed that part. It was kind of cool to see them bring those characters back and then have that whole, like I said, the song was super catchy. It gets like stuck in my head. It's like, the samurai. And it goes on this whole big catchy thing. Like, it's super cool. Loved that part. Now, the next one, we see these 3 dogs. Now, people are kind of up in the air about what these 3 dogs are. There's a couple of different theories, but personally, the one that I feel like is the most likely to be true is that they are 3 dogs from Hanna-Barbera cartoons. Now, if you don't know who Hanna-Barbera is, it's basically a bunch of those older cartoons that Cartoon Network was like built on, basically. So a lot of these people are starting to think that obviously the one dog is a dog from the Jetsons, obviously on the far right, I believe it is, could be wrong. Then the one on the far left is speculated to be from Two Stupid Dogs, another great underrated show. And the one in the middle, it's kind of up in the air. Some people are saying Tom and Jerry could be the dog from Tom and Jerry. I'm not exactly sure, but that's just kind of what I figured it to be, because those fit in well, the best with it. And it's clearly at least one of them is from the Jetsons. Let's be honest. That one is very, very clear. I'm not sure of the name of the dog from the Jetsons, but who knows? There could be some kind of crazy, multi-universe tie-in like there was with the Powerpuff Girls, now with the Jetsons. So who knows? Also, I believe the Two Stupid Dogs were in an episode of the Powerpuff Girls. I could be wrong on that, but I'll have to double check on that. Pretty sure they were, though. But anyway, next up we see Da Samurai, which is another throwback from a season 4 episode called Samurai vs. Samurai. And very cool episode as well. If you remember back to that one, he's kind of like this samurai who's been talking crap, and then Jack goes into this bar for tea, and he basically challenges him to a fight, saying he's a real samurai, and then Jack shows him what's up and whatever. His version of that story in the most recent episode is kind of off about what happened exactly. He's kind of still exaggerating how good a samurai he was and just what he could do, but that's kind of sticking with the character. So I enjoyed that part as well. Like I said, that is season 4, Samurai vs. Samurai. He is from. If you want to go back and check that episode out, another great episode. Next up is in that same scene, if you will, there was like this bunch of warriors in that bar, and the one on the left in this picture is a Spartan that could be a cameo of a Spartan from, there was another episode from season 2 called Jack and the Spartans, where the Spartans help him. They look kind of similar. It's not exactly, the colors are kind of off. It might be something else, but that's just kind of a speculative. Could be a cameo, could not be. We're not really sure there. I would lean towards yes, and hopefully we see more of the Spartans down the road, because that episode was also pretty bitchin', and if they come back in future episodes, I would really enjoy that as well. And then, of course, we have the biggest cameo that everyone's talking about, and that is, of course, of Demongo, which apparently he's still alive, even though he was, quote-unquote, killed by Aku in a few seasons back, I believe. I'm not exactly sure in the episode on that. But, yeah, everyone thought for sure he was dead, but I was kind of shocked to see him at first, but I'm super, super stoked that Genndy Tartakovsky and the crew thought to bring him back. Now, there has been talks and rumors, because he's come back, that X9 could also come back and kind of have another thing there, because we were like, well, he's dead, can they both back? I don't know, we'll have to wait and see on that. That'd be awesome. But anyway, super cool to see him there. Demongo is from season 2, episode called Jack versus Demongo, the Soul Collector. Very, very cool character, and it was just kind of a small little cameo, but I believe he will be a bigger part of the story down the line. Obviously, we have not heard the last of him yet, and I'm excited to see where that storyline goes, because that's pretty bitchin' as well. Then we get into this weird one. It's like this Popeye the robot. Not exactly sure what's up with this, though I did see on the internet that at one point in time, Genndy Tartakovsky was working on a Popeye animated movie for Sony that was eventually canceled. So this could be some kind of like Easter egg thrown in or something like that. They always kind of liked Popeye as a robot character. I don't really know, but it's really cool to see Popeye as a robot. I thought that was pretty funny. Obviously, that was really cool for him to throw in. And then lastly, this is again speculative, not confirmed on this, but there is a character in this episode that lets Ashi know where to find Jack. And all we see of them is their eyes and kind of like their black silhouetted outline. And a lot of people are speculating as to what character this could be or what race this could be. And for me, the best answer is Cooney. Now, if you may not remember her, she's a small character kind of, and she's from season 3 episode Jack in the Haunted House. Now, that's, like I said, just speculation. It could be, it could not be, it could be someone else, it could be a new character. We just don't know at this point. This is just my speculation on it, based on the eyes and based on the outline. That's just what I personally see. But anyway, guys, that's all the cameos, at least the ones that I caught. If I missed any, I'm sure I did, because let's be honest, the internet is way better at finding things than I am. Please, please leave a comment down below get a discussion going. I want to talk more Samurai Jack with you guys. I am so ecstatic about this series right now, and hopefully you guys are as well. Like I said, this was probably the best episode yet. My favorite episode, not my favorite episode of all time in the series, but probably my favorite of the season so far. Cannot wait to see where they're going with this. Oh, and I totally forgot to mention the Scaramouche dick joke. How fucking classic was that? That was absolutely classic. I'll play it for you right now.
Did this to me.
Oh, it's all good, Babu. Our crew will give me anything once he hears the news. Wow, what a freak. Looked like a talking penis.
So as you guys saw, that dick joke was awesome. I love Tom Kenny's voice in this as Scaramouche. It's such a fucking awesome character. Jackie baby. I fucking love it. Anyway, just wanted to touch on that. And again, one more thing I want to touch on is how Ashi was been naked the entire time. Oh, the internet's gonna have a field day with this one, guys. I can already see, I mean, the Rule 34 stuff, I mean, you can't escape it of any character, especially a good-looking female character from a show like this. It was coming whether you wanted it or not to, but now that we've known that she's naked and there's like pictures of like they had like her without her black stuff on in that dress looking all spiffy. I'm sure the internet's gonna have a field day with that, but it is what it is. I love Ashi's character. I love the way she's developing from going from evil to good and kind of finding her way along the way. Absolutely love that. But anyway, guys, that is all I have time for today. I hope you guys all enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to hit that like button down below and subscribe for more Samurai Jack talk with me next week when we talk about episode 7, which is going to be super bitch, and the preview was really cool. So hopefully you guys were sticking around for that. Check out some of my previous videos, links on the end slate. I did 11 fast facts on Samurai Jack, some cool stuff you guys may not know about the series. Check that out. Also got tons of stuff about Rick and Morty out right now. Just did a brand new Rick and Morty cartoon conspiracy theory. Links to that in the end slate, guys. Like I said, check those out. Please, really appreciate it if you guys hit that like button. But until next time, guys, remember that's always K-Mac time somewhere. Until then, take it easy and peace out.
Ninja.